Welcome back, truth seekers, to another episode where we delve into the wonderfully weird world of medical malpractice. Prepare yourselves, because the cases we're about to explore are so bizarre, you'll question the very fabric of reality, and maybe the sanity of some of the people involved. I mean, you'll probably spit out your coffee when you hear some of these lawyers' defenses. Our first case, a real doozy, involves a patient who sued a dentist for, wait for it, leaving a tooth in his gum after an extraction. Now I know what you're thinking. How is that even possible? Well, my friends, that's the beauty of medical malpractice. Apparently, the dentist, in a moment of what can only be described as extreme absent-mindedness, somehow overlooked the rather large, rather noticeable tooth. The ensuing lawsuit, filled with x-rays that looked like a dental horror movie, resulted in a hefty settlement. I wonder what planet the judge was on when they delivered that verdict. But hey, at least the patient got a new, properly extracted tooth. Next up, we have the case of the misplaced sponge. Now, this isn't just any sponge, mind you. This is a surgical sponge, the kind that's supposed to be meticulously counted before, during, and after any operation. Except in this particular case, someone forgot to count. And guess what? A sponge, about the size of a small grapefruit, ended up residing comfortably inside the patient's abdomen. The resulting infection, the emergency surgery, the sheer audacity of it all, it's enough to make you question the very purpose of surgical checklists. The ensuing legal battle was legendary, involving expert witnesses, heated courtroom drama, and enough medical jargon to make your head spin. The patient, thankfully, made a full recovery, although I'm sure the experience left a lasting impression, and not in a good way. And then there's the story of the wrong limb amputation. Yes, you read that correctly. A surgeon, apparently operating under the influence of some serious sleep deprivation or possibly a rogue Ouija board, amputated the wrong leg. Now, I'm no medical expert, but I'm pretty sure there's a fundamental rule in surgery about identifying the correct limb before wielding a scalpel. This case, however, proved that rules are sometimes meant to be, well, ignored. The ensuing lawsuit was a media frenzy, with headlines screaming, "Wrong leg," and surgical horror. The surgeon, unsurprisingly, lost his license. The patient, well, let's just say they had a different kind of walking experience afterwards. I'm sure their therapist has some interesting stories to tell. We move on to a case that is both baffling and strangely hilarious. A patient sued a dermatologist for misdiagnosing a mole as cancerous. The dermatologist, convinced the mole was malignant, proceeded to remove it with the precision of a seasoned surgeon. Turns out, the mole wasn't cancerous at all. The patient, however, was left with a rather large, unnecessary scar. The ensuing lawsuit centered around the question of whether the dermatologist's overzealousness constituted negligence. The humor, however dark, lies in the sheer irony of the situation. A perfectly healthy mole was removed, causing damage, all because of a misdiagnosis. It's like the medical equivalent of killing a mosquito with a bazooka. The judge, bless their heart, saw the absurd humor in it all, and the settlement was surprisingly reasonable. Now let's talk about misdiagnosis. This isn't just a simple case of a doctor getting something wrong. We're talking about cases where misdiagnosis led to debilitating illness, permanent damage, and even death. One particularly heartbreaking case involved a woman who went to her doctor complaining of severe chest pain. Her symptoms were dismissed as indigestion. A few days later, she suffered a massive heart attack and died. The autopsy revealed a completely preventable tragedy. The resulting lawsuit highlighted the devastating consequences of medical negligence, and the unbearable grief of a family left to grapple with the loss of a loved one due to a simple, avoidable mistake. But the world of medical malpractice isn't just about catastrophic errors. Sometimes it's about the little things, the seemingly insignificant details that, when overlooked, can have devastating consequences. Take, for instance, the case of the patient who suffered a severe allergic reaction to a medication. The patient's allergy was clearly documented in their medical file, yet the doctor prescribed the medication anyway. The ensuing allergic reaction led to a prolonged hospital stay and permanent damage. This case underscores the importance of paying attention to the smallest details and the potentially catastrophic consequences of failing to do so. And the lawyer's explanation: "A simple oversight, Your Honor." A simple oversight that nearly cost someone their life. I wonder what the judge had for breakfast that day. We've touched upon some truly outrageous cases today. But the truth is, these examples represent only a tiny fraction of the countless medical malpractice cases that occur every year. Each case is a testament to the human fallibility of even the most skilled professionals, and a stark reminder of the importance of accountability and patient safety. It's a system riddled with complexities, where even the most experienced lawyers struggle to navigate the intricacies of medical science and legal procedure. But one thing remains constant: the need for diligent medical professionals and a robust legal system to protect patients from harm. And while these cases may seem comical at times, the underlying reality is anything but funny. These are real people, real lives, irrevocably altered by the negligence of others. The laughter, if you can call it that, comes from the sheer absurdity of it all, the irony, the unbelievable mistakes, the almost comical incompetence. But it's a dark humor, a gallows humor born from the awareness that these mistakes have real-world consequences, consequences that can be devastating and irreversible. So the next time you're sitting in a doctor's office, remember these stories. Don't hesitate to ask questions. Advocate for your own health and well-being. Because in the bizarre world of medical malpractice, sometimes the only thing stranger than fiction is the truth. And until next time, stay safe, stay informed, and remember, always get a second opinion, especially if they suggest amputating the wrong leg. You've been warned. And that, my friends, is all the time we have for today. Join us next time for more unbelievable stories from the world of law and medicine. Until then, stay curious, stay skeptical, and remember, reality is often stranger than fiction.